Let's talk about what it looks like when you're highly targeted, you're a victim of destiny swap, and people are also doing witchcraft against you, and you just have no family, no support. I know some people like to say stuff in certain people's life can only go wrong if you're a bad person. That is not the case. And let's also, in my situation, let's also add in being a survivor of domestic violence and you have a narcissist stalker on your heels. Okay, I started noticing that it became very, very weird. Okay, I lived in an isolated life to myself. Mind you, I'm a survivor of domestic violence. It actually resulted in me losing a child. So I was severely, severely traumatized. And I remember just really focusing my life and pouring into my work. And I remember I was living in an apartment complex, and it was like so many people around me became nosy about me. This was when I first started realizing that stuff was just weird. I had gotten away from the domestic violence situation and I was in the stage of rebuilding my life. And I had been in my apartment for about a year or two, and I was able to kind of make it comfortable for myself. So the first thing I noticed is I have like three neighbors being really fucking nosy to me. Then I noticed weird stuff like, say for example, the maintenance man was supposed to come in my house. I would literally wait all day for the maintenance man to come in my house, and by like the end of the day, if he wasn't there, I would leave because I didn't want the maintenance man coming in my house unattended. So I had cameras in my house. Mind you, I've waited all day for the maintenance man and he never comes. Time I leave, the maintenance man comes in my apartment. So it was weird things. That's when I started realizing like this is way more than simple coincidences. Then I also noticed the apartments where I was living at, they started they needed to do like a recertification and they wanted all my financial information, and it was really weird to me because I already applied to live there. And I remember like I was telling a girl, I was like, you know what, y'all are raising the rent, I don't even know if I'm gonna renew my lease. And the girl was like, it doesn't matter, we still need your financial information. Like I wish I stood up for myself more because I felt so uneasy with this woman. But you know, when you're young, you don't have parents to let you know that's shady. You know, people will really try to get one over on you. And I remember, I felt like the person just really wanted to know what I did for work. It had nothing to do with me renewing my, like, I've never seen a lease renewal where they need all your financial information over again. And I really started to realize from that moment how people abuse their position to satisfy just their own nosy curiosity. So it's so many steps, right? It's so many things that happen. And I just started noticing just after this, it just became a pattern. Like my life prior to dealing with these type of things always had a little hardship. But if I put my mind to something and I worked and saved money, I would be able to get it, you know, with little to no constant hiccups and interruptions. So, fast forward, that cycle honestly just continues. It gets to the point where I have those kind of 2 good years at the one apartment that I mentioned before, the nosy neighbors, the nosy maintenance, the weird ass office people who never needed my financial information before, but this next year they raised the rent and they need all my financial information all over again. To me, I feel like these people wanted to know how I was a single black girl, just staying afloat. Like I literally was in the same unit. I did not go to another unit. So anywho, fast forward, I end up leaving that place, and mind you, while all this is going on, I'm being stalked. Okay, I actually did not, and mind you, I'm actually in school, right? So I'm in school, I'm doing pretty well. I'm really just working, minding my business. You know how that energy is when you're just in your own zone. And I end up actually winning an award for my school. And I literally begged the school, like, do not make my information public. Like, do not make my information public at all. Like, I literally am part of a woman's group. My information needs to be private. The school literally posts my picture, and the school literally posts my award. So my abuser now knows what school I'm going to. The abuser now knows what city I'm in, and it's like I literally had no peace after that. Every single place I lived, and literally I had a protective order, right? And I'm sending all the ways this person is violating the protective order. I'm sending it to the police. The police are so freaking nonchalant, bro. They're like, why don't you just change your phone number? Like, the person was literally calling me hundreds of times. I still to this day have evidence, and they're telling me that nothing can be done. This person violated a restraining order. And this is how you know that witchcraft and just targeting and just curses are at play, because it's like it even affects the surroundings more than yourself. And it's like, fast forward to today, I'm seeing people who are getting people locked up for violating protective orders. But when a protective order against me was violated to the extreme, my socials were hacked. This person literally sent me pictures driving past my apartment, which literally this person got my address and location because my school literally posted an award that I won. Anywho, I tell that to fast forward now. I've persevered through all that, right? Still dealing with it. I've moved like 5 times since then. Literally, even got to the point where I started moving states. Then it got to the point where the same pattern was going on even when I was moving states, right? So mind you, now I'm not able to really continue school. I'm not, and I'm not able to continue school seamlessly. Like, I'm having a lot of hiccups in my schooling, right? Fast forward to today, I'm now semi a little stable, still going through the same bullshit, still not even able to work. Like, I'm still, oh God, it's just bullshit. Now, let's just fast forward, right? I'm now in school, right? Trying to finish the schooling that I was talking about in the beginning. And listen to this, check this out. Now I'm 3 classes away from getting a certification that I well deserve and should have been gotten. Now all of a sudden, my classes are expiring. This is the cycle. And no, you don't do nothing to deserve it. This is what that witchcraft and shit looks like, bro. It looks like people around you not taking you serious. And now all of a sudden, I've had an advisor and I've had mentors at the school who were supposed to let me know, hey, you're this close to this. Now everybody sees it. But when it was time, when school was going on, nobody saw it. So now it's basically a loop where 5 years of schooling that I've persisted through is now amounting to nothing. As well, I also been getting heavily interrupted as I talk about the situation all day. I have not gotten interrupted all day, just been chilling all day. But yeah, so let's keep getting into it. So I seen somebody else and they made a post about them being a targeted individual, and this was so true what they pointed out. They pointed out how almost it's always a house next to you that's abandoned or something. Mind you, just moved into a place, supposed to be able to stay here for a year, literally having to move again. Moving frequently definitely affects your schooling. Like, moving is not easy. It's a lot. But literally, I'm literally right by an abandoned house again. That's happened to me about 3 different times. Having an abandoned house next to me, but constantly people, like a lot of people going to the house, but they're not upkeeping the house. Like, this is only if you know, because a typical person, they'll be like, so what? It's just an abandoned house. But no, it's something about it's always an abandoned house, or if you do get a spot where you're supposed to be able to have longevity there, something weird happens. Someone buys the company, someone buys the house. Literally had a house that was rent to own. Somebody literally bought it right up under me. This situation here, somebody literally is buying this house right up under me again. This is how you know when you're dealing with high level targeting, destiny swapping, witchcraft, everything under that umbrella. And don't get me started on how it's like you almost always get something once this shit starts or once this is going on with you. Mind you, I'm having to move a lot, and situations that's causing me to move are beyond my control, right? And I'm literally waiting to be approved for housing. I literally get approved a month after I move, but my mail is being interfered and tampered with, so I don't get the mail, right? It's always situations where, let's say you do get approved for something, but the mail goes to the wrong address. People don't even make an effort to call you or email you, let you know that you're approved. Mind you, now you're bumped all the way down to the bottom of a list. There's a lot of situations. There's other YouTube videos. I've seen people talking about this too, like these weird targetings, like you get approved for something, but it misses getting to you, okay? Like, it's sick, all right? Still dealing with it to this day.